For this week, we have selected the following topics among those that gather the most interest. SAAB and Raytheon successfully tested the Guided Carl-Gustaf Munition. Denmark purchases 4 additional next-air SAAB 8x8 self-propelled howitzers. A new South Korean air defense system was unveiled at ADEX 2019. And finally, at its recent huge military parade, the Chinese Army unveiled its new assault rifle in 5.8mm caliber. SAAB and Raytheon have successfully completed a series of guided flight tests for the shoulder-launched Guided Carl-Gustaf Munition, featuring a semi-active laser guidance system. The tests were performed at a mile-high range in Sierra Blanca, Texas, and at the SAAB Bofors Test Center in Karlskoga in Sweden. 2 munitions were fired against static targets and 1 against a moving one. A semi-active laser was also used to guide a munition to target impact. The guided munition will allow armed forces to accurately engage stationary or moving targets up to and beyond 2,000 meters. SAAB's Carl-Gustaf weapon system is used by the US Armed Forces as well as the ground forces of more than 40 other countries. On the 11th of October, Nexter and Canadian's company and the Danish Ministry of Defense Procurement and Logistic Organization, or DELO, signed a contract for the delivery of 4 additional SAAB 8x8 self-propelled howitzers. Denmark had already signed a contract with Nexter in May 2017 for the delivery of 15 SAABs, which will be delivered by mid-2020. Is the result of 2 years of constant and fruitful exchanges between Danish and Nexter teams. Highly modular, the SAAB 8x8 can carry up to 36 complete rounds as well as a wide range of equipment according to operational needs, is to say secondary weapons, electronic countermeasures, etc. Its shielding offers a high level of ballistic and anti-mine protection and anti-IED protection. Finally, it has an automatic shell reloading system whose speed can be configured according to the user's semi-automatic or automatic operating mode. Created under the leadership of Hanwha, the new South Korean 30mm twin anti-aircraft gun wheeled vehicle system is mounted on the chassis of a new Hyundai Rotem 8x8 K108 armored personnel carrier. It was unveiled at ADEX 2019 Defense Exhibition. The system has been developed by Hanwha Defense to offer a new mobile air defense system able to destroy low-altitude air targets as helicopters, aircraft and UAVs. It makes localized support and self-targeting functionalities possible through electronic optical targeting systems and visual targeting systems. Mounted in a turret, the 2 30mm automatic guns are a licensed version of the 30mm Rheinmetall Oerlikon gun, manufactured by the South Korean S&T Group. The armament is integrated into the network automated control system of the South Korean Air Defense Command. The 30mm cannons have a maximum firing range of 3,000 meters and can fire at a rate of 600 rounds per minute. The K808 is a wheeled armored vehicle developed by Hyundai Rotem. The K808 has an all-welded armored hull. It can be fitted with add-on armor. During the Chinese military parade that was held in Beijing last 1st of October, China unveiled a new assault rifle designed QBZ-191. Its design is similar to a standard assault rifle, something new for the Chinese who use the QBZ-95B, a bullpup style rifle designed and manufactured by Norinco. The new rifle has been designed in 3 variants: a carbine version with a 10.5-inch barrel, an assault rifle with a 14.5-inch barrel, and a longer-barreled marksman rifle. Beside a Picatinny rail, the top of the weapon is fitted with the new optic, which seems very similar to a red dot sight. The new rifle is chambered in 5.8mm caliber, using a new type of round. It has an effective firing range of 300 meters for the carbine version and 400 meters for the assault rifle version, with a rate of fire of 750 rounds per minute.
For last week, Navy recognition has selected the following topics. First, the UK's Ministry of Defence has taken delivery of the first Boeing P-8 Poseidon MRA1 submarine hunter. Then, Australian Navy HMAS Brisbane missile destroyer has completed a live missile engagement. And finally, Russia launches combat icebreaker Ivan Papanin, an advanced patrol boat for the Arctic. The Boeing P-8 Poseidon is a military aircraft developed and produced by Boeing Defense, Space and Security. It was developed for the United States Navy. The P-8 is being operated in the anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare and shipping interdiction roles. It is armed with the torpedoes, harpoon anti-ship missiles and other weapons, and is able to drop and monitor sonobuoys, as well as operate in conjunction with other assets. including the Northrop Grumman MQ-4C Triton maritime surveillance unmanned aerial vehicle. The Poseidon will be operated by the 120 Squadron, which right now is training with the US Navy in Jacksonville, but it will be transferred to the RAF, Lossiemouth, when the new infrastructures will be ready to host the aircraft and the squadron. According to a Twitter post by Air Marshal Julian Young, responsible for acquisition and support of the UK Defence fixed-wing aircraft, the arrival at RAF Lossiemouth is scheduled for February 2020. Royal Australian Navy and the United States Navy HMAS Brisbane missile destroyer of the Australian Navy has completed a live missile engagement. Using remote sensor data from the USS Stockdale Arleigh class guided missile destroyer of the US Navy and the cooperative engagement capability, the combat system was tested against a range of challenging targets and tactical situations. The Hobart class is an air warfare destroyer being built for the Royal Australian Navy, planning for ships to replace the Adelaide class frigate and restore the capability last exhibited by the Perth class destroyers, began by 2000, initially under acquisition project CEA 1400, which was redesignated CEA 4000. The lead vessel of a new class of Russian ice-rated warships, the 8,500-ton Ivan Papanin, has been launched in St. Petersburg. When in service, she will help defend Russia's interests in the Arctic region. Work on the Ivan Papanin began in April 2017, and the vessel is expected to be commissioned sometime in 2022 or 2023. The 114-meter-long warship can be used as a battleship, a tug, or an icebreaker for other vessels. Its hull is strong enough to deal with ice up to 50 centimeters thick. It is armed with a caliber cruise missiles and a 76.2mm naval gun, and also boasts a helipad with a hangar for a reconnaissance helicopter and base for 2 Raptor-class speedboats. It has a capacity for 50 mission crew, in addition to the sailors and officers manning the ship herself, and has an endurance of 60 days with a range of 6,000 nautical miles.
And now for the air sector, the Czech Republic joined a multinational effort to acquire and operate new tanker transport aircraft. The Russian Korsar drone may get a seaborne option and a reduction cost in the F-35 program. The Czech Republic joined a multinational effort to acquire and operate new tanker transport aircraft, the multi-role tanker transport capability. This initiative was launched by the Netherlands and Luxembourg in 2016 and aims to boost the ability of European allies to refuel aircraft in mid-air. The multinational fleet arrangement is a concrete step toward reducing the overall European shortage in air-to-air refueling and the over-reliance on US capabilities. The participants, Belgium, the Czech Republic, Germany, Luxembourg, the Netherlands and Norway, are now awaiting the delivery of 8 Airbus 330 multi-role tanker transport aircraft. The first 2 aircraft are expected to be delivered in May and June 2020, respectively. While the aircraft will be predominantly used for air-to-air refueling, they can also be used for transport, people, cargo and medical evacuation. The initiative has been supported by NATO and the European Union. It is an example of effective cooperation between the 2 organizations when delivering critical capabilities for its members. The Russian Korsar drone may get a seaborne option, Director for Foreign Economic Activities of Look Design Bureau said. The drone can be configured to perform a variety of military missions, such as surveillance, aerial reconnaissance, patrol and observation, target acquisition, aerial photography and cargo transportation. It can also operate with other ground and air platforms within a secure network. Pentagon and Lockheed Martin reached agreement reducing F-35A cost by 12.8%. The F-35 Joint Program Office and Lockheed Martin finalized an agreement for the production and delivery of 478 F-35s at the lowest aircraft price during the history of the program. This contract includes all US, international partners and foreign military sales aircraft in lots 12, 13 and 14. This agreement reduces the F-35A cost by 12.8%. The agreement includes 291 aircraft for the US services, 127 for F-35 international partners, and 60 for F-35 foreign military sales customers.